Good evening, everyone. It's June 26th, 2024. Today I'm going to be expanding on my previous video on crime and personal safety. I'm going to start today with a question. Have you ever run into a situation like this? It's also an old expression. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you were wondering if you found yourself in the right place at the wrong time, or the other way around, in the wrong place at the right time? Well, a couple of weeks ago, I found myself in just such a situation. This has left me pondering on the experience for a while and thinking a great deal on the pros and cons of this life's experience and how it so relates to today's crisis. I also put things in a better perspective of what I've been doing and trying to say and do in my videos over the last year and a half. Well, as you well know, that when Mother Nature calls, that is one call that cannot be ignored, such as this one morning when my service dog Heidi was in need of doing her morning constitutional. Well, after doing her usual sniffing around, she finally found her spot. It was beside an empty lot with some bushes and a couple of big trees around it. While I'm standing there waiting for her to finish, I hear voices suddenly coming from inside the bushes, behind the big tree, which was hiding me from them, and at the same time, the bushes were hiding them from me. At first, I thought it was just a couple of homeless people making out in the bushes. Then I realized, as the voices spoke, were male voices coming from the bushes. Then I'm thinking, this is rather awkward. Maybe I can just tiptoe by with Heidi after she's finished. Then the voices started to get louder. What caught my attention was one voice getting mad, saying loudly, "I can't pay you the $80 I owe. I don't have the fucking money. I can't pay." Then the other voice saying, "You pay up or else." "I can't," said the other voice. "Then let's make a deal. This is what I want you to do for the stuff. Go to the store and grab an Xbox." That is what it sounded like to me. I'm not sure what an Xbox is, but I think my son-in-law has mentioned to me that my grandchildren use an Xbox to play games on. I sure don't use one. Then it hit me. I was hearing a conversation with a drug dealer and his client. The dealer, from what I gathered, appeared to be instructing his client to go steal an Xbox out of the store to pay his debt of $80. This was all happening fast. Upon quickly realizing the situation I was in, and if they came out of the bushes, I didn't want them to think I must have overheard the conversation. I didn't want any kind of confrontation. Hoping they still couldn't see me or Heidi behind the tree, I turned my attention quickly back to Heidi, who was looking up at me with those eyes of "this sure feels good. Better, thanks, Mom." While she is still finishing up, I'm pleading with my eyes, "Could you please hurry up a little?" Finally, Heidi has left me her deposit. I quickly did my due diligence, following the bylaw to the letter, being the poop and scoop law. I scooped real fast, afraid that at any moment they were going to come out of the bushes and see us. What was I going to do if they did? And thought if they thought I was spying on them, which I wasn't really, if they confronted me, what was I going to do to defend us? As in the previous video talking about bear spray, I sure don't carry that. The only thing I had or could do, if confronted, was throw the poop bag at them. Run like hell with the dog, which at 71 years old, I can't run with Heidi, as one of her jobs is helping me to walk. If Heidi tried to protect me, I was worried that, as in my videos, we have talked about knives, as in Heidi's older brother's case. I did not want Heidi hurt. Thank goodness, as luck would have it, on my side that day, they were still talking and arguing in the bushes. So Heidi and I quickly made our escape, backtracked from the tree that was hiding us, and made our way as fast as possible the way we had come, and continued our walk the other way around the block. We had made it safely around the block. So what were the lessons I learned from this, and how did they relate to my videos? 1. How do we protect ourselves when we run into an unexpected circumstances such as I did? 2, these unexpected circumstances lead people to be afraid of leaving their homes. 3, are you going to run into a violent situation, for example, an angry homeless person on drugs with a knife who is threatening? 4, or are you just going to be walking down the street and drive by a shooting happens? 5, parents fear for the children and may be pulled into the drug dealing and prostitution and certainly the theft, which has become a very big problem with the gangs as well. 6, speaking of theft, the conversation that I accidentally overheard may also explain the greatly understand the thefts we are experiencing at the moment. For example, from what I was understanding, the man owed the dealer $80. He is telling him to go into the store and steal an Xbox. How much is an Xbox worth in the store? From what my son-in-law told me, it could be several $100s. So the client pays off his debt of $80 to the dealer. In return, the dealer gets the best deal, a brand new Xbox in the Xbox for literally X number of dollars, and can resell it under what the store is selling it, and can get his $80 back, and at the same time can resell the Xbox still at a price under the store price and still make a good profit. But the flip side of this, that is the clients of the dealers can also easily pay for the drugs by going themselves into the store, steal items, resell it themselves, make a profit, and still be able to pay cash for their drugs. And this is at the client's risk of being caught only. If the dealer instructs a client to steal the item, perhaps several items, the dealer is at no risk to get caught. It's no skin off the dealer's back, but they're only barely making. They're only. Oh, just a minute. Sorry here. They're only out $80 for now, and may try and collect on the debt later. But it doesn't pan out. But if it doesn't pan out, the dealers win big. Okay. It always the customer and the store owners who lose in the long run. It was made quite clear we could only clear that we can only stand by and do nothing with their taunting. As prices are raised because of the stealing, it is becoming more profitable for those who do steal as well. So if the store prices go up between inflation and stealing, more people will buy from those who are stealing at a better price and won't buy from the store. They feel like the winners. Okay. 7. This could very well explain the situation in the porch pirates as well. It is so easy to run up and grab a parcel off the front porch and sell brand new items from 100% for 100% profit. You're self-employed. You can just about make your own hours with little chance of the tax man nipping at your heels. No need for a 9-to-5 job. Perhaps one solution to the porch pirates is going back to the big box stores and have things done in the old-fashioned way and pick up the items at the store yourself. If it is too hard to do, to go to the store yourself, my mother had a remedy for that. When I didn't feel like doing something, she would say to me, well, you have either got 2 broken legs or are just too plain lazy to get off the couch and do it yourself. Which is it? That always worked. Maybe going back to the old-fashioned way is not so bad. 8. As for the drug dealers, scams can be great for your clients as when it's warm, and you can move around easier than in the cold. But you have to keep on the move all the time, and in public places you can be seen or heard, even in the bushes, and you are at risk of being overheard, especially when your clients get rowdy and unhappy with you. There are risks here, but in the winter, when you come in and take over apartments inside, the risks are becoming more riskier People in the community are getting fed up. A lot more cameras are being installed to protect us, and easier to help the police to at least identify you, plus other security measures are being put in place. There is another old expression: you are a victim of your own success. And another way of putting it, when push comes to shove. A good example of what this is when a couple of weeks ago, the UN voted on the profits made by the seizure of the Russian property from the interest collected. Will use that money to supply weapons to Ukraine. What I see, watching my TV, is big changes coming for the world. Good or bad, we will see. Only time will tell. It seems that the pandemic left us slow getting out of the starting gate, and crime got a big foot in the door. But we are leaving and adapting and catching up to speed, and now shoving back. A small example is my incident, which I'm saying here in Lower Town, is with the police in the new police hub, and more officers becoming visible. The hot spots that were identified by the police, there is not so many homeless hanging around. So if the police are disrupting these business in the usual spots, they will be looking elsewhere to do it. So where do they pop up next? Perhaps like in my little unexpected adventure, since we have park areas around here, perhaps the dealers will choose bushes to be their new offices. And should the police find this to be happening and should start searching bushes, I suggest you take improperly trained police dogs to go into the bushes first. As Heidi is a German Shepherd, and my service dog have some of the homeless, even with her service dog harness on, pointing out her and yell at her police dog. Her harness clearly says service dog. Can people read or don't know the difference between service dog or a police dog? Just because they think very German Shepherd is a police dog. I chose a German Shepherd for a service dog, as they are steady. Sorry about this. I'm getting tongue-tied today. As they are proven steady working dogs. Heidi helps me with my mobility issues. For example, in winter, if I'm walking and I find myself on black ice, I can shuffle my feet and tell her easy, and if she feels me slipping, she plants herself, stiffens her body, and I pull back on the leash and grab her, and she has a number of times prevented me from falling and hurting myself. I also feared, too, that the dealer, too, might mistake her for a police dog, and if he thought I was spying on him might harm her, too. So this is another worry I had. Very big worry. As this is getting long, you can see, see too, I get frustrated, just as frustrated as anyone else, and I need to vent my frustration. This one way I do it is by writing those frustrations out. Taking out frustrations on pen and paper helps me to put my frustrations in a way I can see things clearer in my mind. If only we could all find a way to vent without using violence. So for now, I'm going to end this as part 1, as I have lots more to say. But to answer my question at the beginning of the video, I was in the wrong place at the right time to overhear what I heard. So I'm going to end the video, and everyone, please don't mind my bumbling around tonight. I'm still very frustrated. But everyone, take care, be safe. I'll be working on part 2, and I shall talk to you again soon. And definitely be aware of your surroundings. You never know what kind of adventure you're going to find yourself in. So take care, and we shall talk again soon. Bye-bye.